Hello everyone, CamBearRun here, and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. It's God Thursday, and I decided, because it's the only god I've so far managed to collect 4 copies of, we do Alrund, God of the Cosmos, or basically, discount Odin. So we had Thor at home, this is Odin at home, but this card is pretty good. So basically, he gets +1/+1 for each card in my hand, and each foretold card I own in exile. At the beginning of my end step, I can choose a card type, then reveal the top 2 cards in my library, but all cards revealed this way of the chosen type into my hand and the rest on the bottom in any order. I can also cast Hacker, the Whispering Raven, so whenever it deals combat damage, I can scry 2 and return it to its owner's hand. Now, a lot of this is about drawing cards and keeping control of the game, and keeping my opponent out with multiples of counterspells. So we saw it coming, we have Cancel, we have Didn't Say Please, and we have, so basically we have ways of stopping my opponent from playing the game. We have card draw into the story. To trigger its reduced cost, I did put Ruin Crab in and to provide me with a decent blocker, because it is a 0/3. It's a bit of a mean, but I just wanted to make sure I had a decent blocker and utilize a good advantage to be able to play cheaper into the story. So we also have Behold the Multiverse for card draw, and to top it all off, we also can build up on Midnight Clock. We also have Baron Tolarian Archmage to set back my opponent as well, and to make use of Hacker's ability, so that not only can we scry 2, but when Hacker returns, we can draw a card off it as well. And then just in case I do need to spawn multiple blocks at once, I do have Near Kraken. I wasn't quite sure how this deck closes it out, but the idea is that eventually we have Big Kraken, we're milling our opponent using Ruin Crab, we're basically just disrupting anything they try to play. And on top of that, if we can get a lot of cards in hand, we can play Alrund, God of the Cosmos. Unfortunately, I don't have any copies of Seagate Restoration, and I'm missing, I think I've only got 1 copy of Folio of Fancies. So, let me check that one. Oh, I'd have 2 copies. Oh. Huh. But that means each, it's too dangerous to run because you're asking your opponent to also draw cards. So perhaps I would leave that out. That's some live strategizing there, but if you think that maybe should maybe put it in, that's up to you. Feel free to mention so and why. I'm up for ideas on this one. I built a way to deal with my opponent, but I think I never built a closer. So we are going to test this. I will put it in play at first. If it does better than I was expecting, or it does really well, I will probably chuck it into ranked. I think this could be quite good, because you're effectively controlling your opponent out of the game, and you're using Nadir Kraken to just hold, eventually just either using Nadir Kraken or a really powerful Alrund. But we'll just have to see how it goes against players that can play a lot of cards at once. As most of the, aside from being able to foretell saw it coming, most of the counters are all at least 3 mana or more. So we'll just have to see how we go. So without further ado, we will just get into the games. I think we can keep this hand. So we'll just play out counters. Then get anything major on the field, we'll just cast Baron. So, yep. I know this could be a problem if they start getting rid of cards out of my hand. No, they got rid of my instant story. Interesting choice, though. Play the burb here. But I don't know whether they'll just remove it all right off the bat or... Yeah. Switch pass turn here. Yep, here's the point where they don't actually play anything. Because they know my entire hand is just counter spells. Yeah, this might literally be a hand with nothing but counter spells versus a hand with nothing but removal. So... Yep, they're just going to have a permanent window into my fucking hand, aren't they? Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is the problem when your opponent gets to view your entire hand. They won't play anything because they know they'll immediately get countered. So they're basically just going to play... They're just basically going to try and play around it, but they end up like not wanting to play anything. Ooh, I got 2 rankles. That was neat. So I don't really need to play anything here, because I can just sit and wait for them to counter what they do. But at the same time, they're going to be too nervous to play anything. Allow that resolve. There we go. Yep. If we take the Castle of Antris, we'll move the land to the bottom. There we go. And that's the idea of the Alrund hacker abuse. Or hacker Baron abuse. That stops that. Don't need that for the moment. So we'll draw here. So we'll counter the first thing they play and then just roll with that. So we've got an idea Kraken as well. I can just slow roll this crap, so... Saw that one coming. No draw for you. Yep, I think they've just had enough at this point. There's not really a lot they can do. I've just basically managed to just annoy them out of the game. So yeah, you can see how it works. I managed to pull off the Baron, Barian hacker combo. And eventually it just got to the point where I was just countering everything they played and they couldn't really do much. So eventually I just kind of took control. So see how it's supposed to work. So we'll just go on to the next game. This hand is fine. They get a turn 1 crab. I'm sure they're going to love that. Have a goose. Have a castle Vantress. So we will foretell Behold the Multiverse. No attacks is 0. Obviously. Zandy Mammoth. We'll bounce the crab to protect it from being... Yeah. Take that, take the scry, and then... Prevents it from being an immediate fight spell. Okay. They choose to play the goose instead. Okay. Interesting. So he took it just for card draw. So, yeah, that's perfect. Probably won't sacrifice a goose here, so I'm just going to get him for 2. Because why not? I know. So I'm assuming they got another Lovestruck Beast as well. So sacrifice creative, yeah. That old chestnut. Okay.
I speak for the wilds, unbowed. Every day
Uh-huh.
a new mutation.
Do keep forgetting to play the rune crab first. Probably stop that. So I'm assuming they play Kogla here.
My herd grows ever larger. Every bark joins a chorus of roars.
No monkey for you. Oh, for God. Damn it. See, the problem with the food deck is they can quite quickly outpower you. Play down a deer Kraken here and block something, but hopefully I won't play anything huge. Or have any fight spells.
We will adapt to any threat.
Okay. Varian is going to have to block here. Instead of this, the emergency option. Oh, I can't gain count. Well, I still got blockers anyway. I can't gain counters because of Vorinclex. Get rid of Opt and Opt. Yeah, I think without they got Vorinclex on the field, I'm in a lot of trouble. Like, I can make a ton of block. I can do a ton of blocks here, but I'm still gonna take like 5 damage.
My herd grows ever larger. The more the hairier.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't have enough blockers now. That's unfortunate. I think it was just able to outpower me. It's one of the weaknesses of this deck is deck cards that can get a lot of creatures on the field very quickly. So just move on to the next game. Yeah, this hand is fine. Has 2 crabs and I'm on play. So, let's see what my opponent does first. Sure, my opponent must think I'm really, really, really fantastic person right about now. It's like a Simic draw. Or rather, Teemo, yeah. Looks like some kind of Teemo deck. Because, you know, that's the Teemo Triome. Yeah, I'll keep that. Taking out some good cards, actually. Force the turn reset. Yep, and they're done. They don't want to play anymore. They just lost all their good cards off the top. I just reset their carry did. At that point, they just they probably just quit the game in half. I don't actually blame them. It's kind of mean to do that as an opening. To just drop 2 Ruin Crabs and just reset their first turn. Control is just not fun sometimes. Anyway, we'll move on to the next game. This is fine. Just needs a 3rd land. We have Crab. I feel like Ruin Crab's doing way too much work in this deck. It's like I'm just basically playing fucking my Mono Blue Mill deck. Just get the Crab out as early as possible and just ruin their day. Cheeky. Do need land though, so I can use an opt on the end phase. I can do it now. I can't pass that up, but hopefully we'll get land. If we don't, we got a problem. There we go. Now, do I force the replay here? No, I'll hold up for a counter and then go. You can't be doing that. Yeah, complete pass turn. You can't be doing that. Done. Pass turn. Well, didn't say please, the Croxer. No. See, this is where we could have a problem. Really need to use cancel rather than that. I get a Barry in here. Play Hacker here. I might have to literally, like, use them for a fucking block. I think against decks that don't really have much of a plan, don't have much in the way of creatures, you can really screw over decks. But stuff like this, where I would need to continually play counters because I don't have any means of exile, I think it's gonna be damaging. So... and he takes out my Hacker as well. If I can get a counter off the top to block the summoning of Lurrus, that'd be grand, but I think after that I'm dead. Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm just gonna have to use the blockers here. Yeah, this is like major Ragdoll Sacrifice revival. I'm down to 16 cards though. They claimed him a crab. Yeah, so I can't block. Oh well. Yeah, when my opponent can actually get creatures on the field, it gets really difficult. You're effectively relying on being able to stack mana enough to grab consistent counters and stop from playing creatures. But I think we'll call that one the last game, and we'll just go on to the outro. So, I think this deck wasn't too bad. I think it works better, though, when you play it against decks that don't run a lot of creatures. And you can kind of hold up, you can pass turns, hold up counters, and be able to deal with them effectively. Having early Ruin Crabs does help. I would have liked to see more of Nadir Kraken. And I think more of Midnight Clock as well, just so I could get those counters rolling. I think we saw a lot of like Ruin Crab, a lot of getting the early counters. We did see enough of Alrund God of the Cosmos, and I was able to play Hacker quite a bit. But I think my opponent probably looked at it and just went, nope, that's like an instant removal when they had it. But you did see I was able to seriously cause my opponents problems by just countering everything they did and resetting them using Baron. I think any potential changes, if I can't really get Midnight Clock to work, I take it out and play someone like Into the Royal or other ability to bounce my opponent, reset them. I mean, I have Brazen Borer. I could play Brazen Borer and give myself an attacker at the same time. So I think that's the only thing I would change. I'm going to bring another God deck next Thursday. That video and probably quite a few others from about Sunday onwards, like I mentioned, are going to be up at like 11 o'clock at British time, because I will be working a kind of a late shift at my new job. So you'll have to just bear with me for that, though I think it might benefit American audiences more. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more, you can always subscribe. I've been Cambear Run, and thank you for watching.